Hey friends, it's Michael Levine. Today I'm going to answer another email. I really like this one. It's short and sweet, so you don't have to hear me prattle on just to get the point out. Hi Michael, I'm a huge fan. Thank you for your transparent conversations. Can you address something that I keep coming up against in my coaching sessions? I'm assuming this person is a salon coach or a business coach, which is fantastic. This is a question that keeps coming up to her. Why do you keep hiring more hairdressers when we are not all busy? The attitude of finite amount of guests concerns me. She's in an urban market and she would love to hear my thoughts. So there's a couple things here that she's talking about that are interesting. That there's two angles to this. So one, as a salon owner, I almost never stop hiring, and it doesn't matter how slow we are. The only times that I stop hiring at the true entry level, unless I see that the person is fantastic. I'll explain something to you guys. As a salon owner, if you guys are not all busy, you're expecting me as your employer to wait for you to get busy and to filter as many clients to you as possible. That's never going to happen, and that's not very advantageous to me. What I know as a salon owner is it doesn't matter how many clients I give you. If you're not the type of hairdresser who's going to get busy, you're not going to ever be the type of hairdresser who's busy. There is a reason that, say, in a company like mine where I build my entire business on young talent without a clientele, that's all I hire in my company. So I get this amazing kind of litmus test about what success actually looks like in reality, because the statistics in our business don't lie. The 80-20 rule exists no matter what, meaning 20% of the people are generating 80% of the income, and that is amazing for those 20% of the people, except the flip side of that is 80% of the people have to split 20% of the income. Now, those numbers fluctuate, but basically the 80-20 rule is a pretty accurate one. It's probably closer to 70-30, but basically the point is 2 out of 10 people in a business, in a hair salon business where you're responsible for your own success. Certainly I can give you clients, but if you're not turning that client into 3 new clients by getting referrals from them and getting the repeat business, and really building that relationship, if you're not doing that with every single client, converting 1 client into 3, then you're never really going to be a successful hairdresser. And I know that I've got to determine if you're going to be in the 80 or in the 20. And I have experienced this many times in my company. I got to tell you, in 18 years of running salons, of never hiring somebody with a clientele, I can count on, I think, I've probably hired 200 people. I'm going to even name some names. Wow, this would be crazy. I'm going to name names of people who really took off with their careers. I'm going to start with Christine, Christopher, Alina, Jalen, Amy did really well. It took her a little while though. Lucy and Ryan did pretty well too, and then the other Ryan. So I'm gonna say, basically, in the 100, I'm gonna conservatively guess I've had 200 people in my employment. I'm gonna say 10 of them took off at any kind of a reasonable rate. Oh, Sarah, of course, Sarah. So I'm going to say 10 people really took off. Now, if 10 people were capable of taking off, that meant that the other 190 of them were actually capable of taking off too. But they chose not to. And that doesn't necessarily mean that they sat there and said, I choose not to be busy. But what they did choose not to do was go out and kick ass. What they did choose not to do was put on their game face and say, I'm a fucking awesome hairdresser. And even though I'm not right now, but this is who I'm going to be, and I'm going to go kick ass. When you develop that attitude, good things will happen, and it will allow, like I always say, I don't love fake it till you make it as an attitude, but it is kind of like put on your hairdresser hat, because if you don't believe in yourself, your clients are never going to believe in you, and they'll just have an adequate experience. And really, you can deliver just as good hair as that person who is putting on that attitude, and they're going to be the one getting the repeat business and the retail sales and the referrals. Those are the ones that are going to happen, because those are the ones that the clients will believe in. Because as I said, if you believe in yourself, clients will believe in you. There's a lot of people that I've had through my company, and this is not a slight to those guys in any way, because I'm a very patient employer. I allow people to develop at their own rate, provided they are developing. I've had a few people in my company that totally stagnated. I just let go of a girl. She was lovely, absolutely lovely, but it was taking her 2 years and she still wasn't full time on the floor. Now, if the people that I just named, they got full time on the floor within 6 months. Oh, Veronica was also another one. And Christy did pretty well too. So I had a handful of them. But what I'm telling you is, for every 10 people that I hire, only one or two actually takes off. So I kind of have to have a bit of a machine gun approach in my hiring, saying, okay, well, it's not happening for you. Why am I going to wait for you if I know I can get somebody else in there who's going to make things happen really, really quickly? That's, as much as I love you and I'm going to be patient with you, I can't wait for you because I have a family to feed and I have a business to run. And I hate to break it to you, but we don't make money unless there's clients getting their hair cut. And if you're not busy, I got to find somebody else who's going to kind of get themselves busy. So that's why I never stop hiring. And I got to say this, and this is kind of a mean thing. Is it mean? No, it's the reality. If I bring somebody in who kind of has that it quality, and we all, like, I have it. I have no problem admitting it. I have it. I was a very, very successful hairdresser before I kind of stopped doing hair, but I'm back, baby, and I'm not very busy yet, so now I got to kind of hustle. But I have that it quality. I took off. My career took off massively, way ahead of my skill set, but I had an unwavering belief in myself, and that's what I see. I look for that in people. I look for people who aren't going to be satisfied with mediocrity, who aren't going to be satisfied with the status quo. I'm looking for people to do great things. Right now, the top earner in my company is a girl who's been doing hair just shy of 3 years. 3 years. Now, I've been in business for 18 years, and I have people on my staff for as much as 13 years. So the girl who is the top earner, retailer as well, just blowing the doors off of everybody else, has been doing hair just shy of 3 years professionally. One of my staff who I always hold to a really, really high regard because she's done so well. She now lives in New York. She just came back from New York to do hair for 4 days in my salon to take care of some friends or some of her old clientele. And in those 4 days, she was the top earner in my company. 4 days. She'd been gone for 8 months to New York. In 4 days, she was the top retailer and the top earner. It's incredible. But this person also, within 6 months of hitting the floor, was fully booked, and within 1 year was the top earner in my company. Not in my company, but in the salon she worked at. Within 1 year, and she wasn't a good hairdresser. She became a very good hairdresser, but she went out there and hustled and promoted. Now, she worked for me for, I think she did 11 years with me. I think 11 or almost, yeah, 11 years with me. It's phenomenal what this person did. I guess we're like closer to 12 actually. But by the time this person was 19 years old, she was fully booked and a $10,000 a month hairdresser charging $40 a cut. So anybody's capable, and I can tell you her story. I'm not going to tell you her story because I tell the story when you can come see one of my seminars, and I'll tell her story. I'm going to be at IBS New York, and you can hear the story about Alina, who lives in New York, and I'll be visiting her. Maybe I can even get her to come in. That would be cool. Maybe I get her to come into my seminar in New York. That would be a really, really cool idea. Anyways, if she's capable, and she had a whole lot of things kind of blocking her way, you're all capable. Everybody's capable. But I can't wait for everybody to decide when it's going to happen for them. I have to keep hiring and hiring and hiring. And maybe what that will allow me to do as an employer, and no hard feelings, but like the girl I just got rid of, it's like, I can't keep supporting you because it's not happening for you. I can't help you if you're not going to help yourself. I can give you the tools, but if you're not going to do them, why should I hold this spot for you when I want to get somebody else in? So sometimes what I'll do is I'll bring somebody else in, and that will allow me an opportunity maybe to get rid of somebody who wasn't really there. I always give them a very, very fair chance. I mean, I allowed this person in particular to take almost 2 years to get full-time on the floor, and she still didn't do it. And I think she's happier where she is now, and that's a wonderful thing. And she's one of my former students, and I wish nothing but the best for her. But it wasn't happening for me. And I see this all the time, by the way, guys. People will not be successful with me, and then I will liberate them, and all of a sudden their behavior shifts because all of a sudden they have an oh shit, and they start doing everything that I told them to do. And for me, as a mentor and as an academy owner, and I generally hire my graduates, that makes me really, really happy because it makes me sad that you weren't able to do it for me. But if it took you quitting or getting fired to light that fire under you, then good. The fire got lit, and high fives and big hugs the next time. Well, a big hugs and high fives the next time you're no longer angry at me, and you can put that water under the bridge, and then we can be friends again if I fired you. Or if you quit, because I do hold a grudge for quite a while too. But anyways, that's the way that goes. Now, there was the other thing here. The attitude of a finite amount of guests concerns her. And this is a very, this is now looking at it from the hairdresser standpoint. So I've given you the owner's opinion. Now, here's what very much the mediocre, that average status quo hairdresser's attitude is. Well, there's only so many clients. We only get 6 walk-ins a day, and there's 4 hairdressers. So how, if we add another one, now we all get less walk-ins. Well, if you are sitting around waiting for walk-ins, and here's the thing that drives us crazy, and this kind of goes back to that beginning thing, but this is the thing that drives us crazy as salon owners. If you are sitting there waiting for walk-ins, it is never going to happen, and I'm not interested in having a long-term relationship with you. I'm not interested in having a relationship with you if you really, really think that it's all about walk-ins. You get your ass out there and hustle. I always tell my staff, take a stack of half price cards and pretend to be walking. Like, go to a busy intersection and just cross the 4 corners of the intersection for 2 hours. And every time you're waiting for the next light to change, try to strike up a conversation with somebody. Doesn't mean that you're out there going, hey, I'm a hairdresser, here's a half price card. But try to engage somebody in a conversation where you tell them that you're a hairdresser. And it may just simply be, excuse me, you have fabulous hair. You have exactly the type of hair that I like to do. I'm a hairdresser. I work just down the street. Here's a half price card. And this is what you do. And you just give them your card. Maybe it just simply is, excuse me, I'm a hairdresser. I love your hair. You have fabulous hair. And all you do is go out and engage people in conversations about their hair, and you make it your mission to hand out 20 cards in a day. You know what? Hell, make it your mission to hand out 10 cards in a day, and you will see things happen for you. There is not a finite amount of hairdressers out there, or of clients out there. There are a ton of clients out there, and half the clients that are out there are looking for a new hairdresser. They're looking for a new, exciting experience. I know for me, when I stopped doing hair, and then when I've started doing hair, a lot of those clients don't want to come back to me because they're really, really happy with the hairdresser that they've gone to, or the hairdressers that they've gone to. A lot of I've filtered them to new hairdressers within my company, and those guys, even though I trained them, they have fresh ideas. They're not me. They have a totally new perspective. Maybe they like their personality better. Maybe their client care is better. Maybe they do better hair or more suitable hair for the client. There are a lot of clients out there that are there to be taken, that want to find a new exciting hairdresser. And if you're not going to be a new exciting hairdresser, then you're going to be sitting in a staff room going, when the hell is the next walk-in, or how come they hired another person? I'm not even busy now. Well, they hired another person because you're not busy. They hired them because you're not busy. That's what you're not getting, because they may be looking to replace you. So get off your ass and go get busy. It's up to you to succeed in this industry, guys. You gotta hustle. And beyond that, I'm going to be in New York at IBS. I'm going to be speaking for 2 days. I'm doing how to survive and thrive as a hairdresser. One is for salon owners and managers and stylists, and then one is for youngins, for the students. I hope to see you there if you're going to be in New York. It's going to be a lot of fun. And get there early, because the last time I spoke in New York, I had people sitting on the floor. It was packed. It was a wonderful thing. So I hope to see you guys there. Have a great day.
Darling, don't you go and cut your hair. Do you think it's gonna make him change?